living in a shelter, your family not there for you, and you may have children that's not there for you, but my children are here for me when I call them and ask them for help. But I'm also helping my daughter at the same time because she's going through some problems, and I'm here to help her putting out paperwork she needs, writing letters, and getting online and making complaint forms. But I'm doing it all at the same time, and I'm in a mess that I'm in. But it seems like you're lonely and not have nobody there for you. But when your family not there for you, that's terrible. They shouldn't be acting that way towards you when you going through your losses. And it's bad when they only talk to you when you got money and when they give them something. When they do you like dirt, they expect you to let them do it and continue to be that way. Then when you don't want to be around them, they get mad at you. They hate you for it. But by being in a shelter, there could be many reasons why a person be in a shelter and what they go through in these shelters. When you're on the outside, you think the person got a bed and 3 meals, and it's not just that simple. Meaning because being in a shelter, they treat you like slaves. These people that own these shelters and run these shelters was in the shelter themselves, on drugs themselves before they became the person that they are today. And they still discriminate against you when you go through something, especially when you're a black person. They don't care what you're going through, and they forget that they was in this position before. They don't understand what they putting you through and why they putting you through what they putting you through. Do you not remember that they've been in the same situation, being in the shelter? I've never been on drugs, never been an alcoholic. Just because I drunk a wine cooler or two every every 3 years don't make me an alcoholic. And I'm sitting here because to tell you the true life of being in a shelter. My first brush with a shelter was 33 years ago when my daughter was just 12 months old. She's going on 34 in December, so I had to get away from my children's daddy for a while. And going back to him was the biggest mistake I could have ever made. But having my children wasn't a mistake. I wanted them. I asked to have them. And God knows that I do. And I tell them that a lot that I wanted them, and I asked their daddy to make them because I wanted them. But when they daddy kept acting stupid, I had to leave because I found myself getting ready to kill him while he was in his state of sleep. I had to leave him because he wasn't no good and wasn't worth it. If I was able to find somebody that was better than they daddy and was able to treat me right, I wouldn't have had children from him if my children would have been from somebody else like I told them. And they understood that very well when I spoke to them about that a couple of years ago. But now that their daddy been dead for about 2 years now. Well, almost 2 years. And he's probably in hell burden for all the things he did wrong. Beating on women, using women, doing them like dirt, fighting on them, pulling knives. We got to the point where I had to pull out knives on him because of how he did me, and I had to leave him. Even after leaving him, he was trying everything he could to get my children taken away from me because I left him. Because of the way he was acting, talking to me, treating them, wouldn't help me buy their clothes, their school uniform, wasn't there to help me take them to their doctor's appointment. We was living together at the time. And when 7 years we lived together, it was 7 miserable years of my life. And I thought my mama was a terrible person that treated me like dirt from my childhood. Now that she can't do it, she's going through hell now. See that she can't manhandle me no more. But she know I can fight back and I would do whatever I can to protect me. But right now, it's just hard as hell on me because I done gave my life back to Christ, got baptized twice. And yes, there are going to be times when you have to go off on people and let them know you're not going to allow them to talk to you in a kind of way. You got to stay away from people that are going to treat you like dirt. Being in a shelter, no, it's not easy. I'm not saying it is. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. And the walk with God, definitely not going to be easy. Definitely not going to be pieces of cream. Because when you Not doing what God tells you to do. That's where the problem starts. When you being disobeying God and not doing what God tells you to do, you will get punished. You will go through hell. You will go through problems in your life. But being on the streets and being on the drugs ain't the worst part is you letting people get you to that point of you using drugs because you can't handle the things that you're going through. That's why I continue to pray and let God in my life and let him handle everything that I'm going through. But when you going through something, you don't have to go out and steal, kill, and fight and hurt anybody and do the wrong things. But I should be out. I said I was gonna be out here by the end of August, which is August 31st. Because next Thursday is the 29th, and then Saturday is the 31st. I'm gonna still be here till like maybe the end of the first week of September, or the second week of September, which has been two delays because of what went on with that condo last month. He wanted me to have 10 more things to do, which my son wasn't gonna take off at that time on his job again. We couldn't, and I couldn't keep running around and doing all that stuff he wanted. Then the landlord wouldn't want to give me no letter because he got himself into trouble by letting people use drugs, bring prostitutes into the building and do all kinds of things in the building where I was on 61st Street and 15th Avenue here in Miami, Florida. The place was full of mildew, rats, roaches, in no good shape, and he had a nerve to raise the rent a year ago. What kind of a fool is he to think that people gonna be paying that much money to stay there? He raised the rent from whatever amount it was to over $2,000, which is in a neighborhood full of drugs, shootings, killings, fighting, and other kind of crimes that goes on. And it's just bad that people have to go through what they're going through just to make their life right and make a better way for themselves and their family and their children. Good thing my children on their own living in their own place for the time being. My daughter living in the hub projects, that's okay as long as she got a place to stay, a roof over her and her children's head so that they can live peace, not exactly peacefully, but live their best, like the best way they could with the little that they have. And being in this shelter may not be peaches and cream, but at least I'm doing something to help myself and to make my life right and better than what it is. And I know that things can be better, and it's going to get better. It may not seem like it's going right, being right, but I know that God is still sitting here with me.